Hi, so I'm going to see if I can bang out this question in under 15 minutes. Okay, so this is 2016 Calculus AB free response question number 5, no calculator. Okay, so the interesting thing about this question is that it's like a classic related rates question combined with cross sections and volume. All right, so they kind of steered away from classic related rates on the AP Calc exam, and it looks like they're trying to sneak some of them in somehow and integrate them. Anyway, it says find the average value of the radius of the funnel. So average value formula is the average value of f is equal to 1 over b minus a, the integral of f of x dx from a to b. So I want the average value of the radius, and this is my radius equation. Okay, so now I'm going to integrate from 0 to 10, 1 over 20, 3 plus h squared dh, and then this is going to go 1 over 10 minus 0. Okay, so I'm going to keep scrolling. So this ends up being 1/10 integral from 0 to 10. And I could actually pull out that 1 over 20. I'm going to love myself, and I'm going to pull out that 1 over 20. It's just a coefficient. And you can, oops, I think I wrote this wrong. That's supposed to be squared in there. That makes things a lot easier. Then I have 3 plus h squared dh. So now I basically have 1 over 200, and if I do reverse power rule, then antiderivative 3 is 3h, antiderivative h squared is h cubed over 3, and I am evaluating that from 0 to 10. Okay, so I have my 1 over 200, and then I always plug in my upper limit first, so I have 3 times 10 minus 10 cubed over 3, and I am subtracting from that, plugging in 0. I always plug in 0 anyways, because sometimes people assume that, oh, I'll get nothing if I plug in 0, and that's not always necessarily true. In this case, I do. This whole thing goes away and ends up being 0. So I end up with 1 over 200 times 30 minus 1,000 over 3. Okay, which if you end up simplifying that out, this is 1 over 200. This, if I multiply this one by 3 over 3, this is 90 over 3 minus 1,000. Actually, it's supposed to be plus 1,000 over 3, which ends up giving me 1,090 over 3 times the 1 over 200, and I'm just going to go ahead and reduce that, and that's going to be 109 over 60 inches. Now you don't have to reduce that for the AP exam. You could totally leave it as 1090 over 600, and I would recommend that you do that because you lose points if you reduce your answer and you had it correct first, but then you made it incorrect. Now, where the units come from and why this would make sense as being inches, is they want the average value of the radius, so this should be the average radius, and radius is one-dimensional, so it should be inches. But if you think about it from dimensional analysis perspective, this is the radius, which is in inches, and your height is also in inches, so that's dh. dh is in inches, your radius is in inches, and out here I have a denominator of inches. So when I look at my dimensions, I have inches times inches divided by inches. Inches cancel, so I end up with just inches. All right, so now let's move on to part B. Part B, find the volume of the funnel. So you know that volume is just area of the base times your height. Now the base of this funnel is a circle. So volume is area of the base times the height. Okay, so I have this funnel here, and the shape of my base, this is a circle, and the area formula for a circle is pi r squared. Well, I have the radius, so that's awesome. So now I'm just integrating the area of my base, so b is equal to pi r squared, which is pi times, and I have my radius, which is 1 over 20 times 3 plus h squared squared. Okay, and then my height, that's going to be dh. Okay, because that's my change in height. I'm stacking up all these smaller, increasingly smaller circles, and if I stack them all up and I make this vertical unit height, this delta h, really, really tiny, I end up stacking them up and I end up with this funnel. So I have 1 over 20 times 3 plus h squared, whole thing squared, dh, and then there's the pi. And then the height is from 0 to 10. Okay, so now I just have to integrate that, and that is my volume. So now I keep going, and I'm going to square this 1 over 20, which gives me 1 over 400, and I'm going to love myself and pull it out, so it's pi over 400, and then I'm integrating from 0 to 10, and I'm going to FOIL this 3 plus h squared quantity squared, and I end up with pi over 400 times the integral of 9 plus 6h squared plus h to the 4th dh. So now I'm going to come over here, and I have, again, pi over 400, and now I'm just going to do reverse power rule. So the antiderivative of 9 is 9h, and the antiderivative of 6h squared is going to be 6h cubed over 3, which I'm going to reduce into 2 on the next line, and antiderivative of h to the 4th is h to the 5th over 5. And I'm evaluating that from 0 to 10. Now I'm just going to clean it up. It's 9h plus 2h cubed plus h to the 5th over 5. Okay, so now all I got to do is plug in my 10. Notice I'm going to plug in 0 second, and when I plug in 0 here, here, and here, it ends up being nothing. So I'm going to just plug in the 10, but I'll set it up. Minus 9 times 0 plus 2 times 0 cubed plus 0 to the 5th over 5. So this goes away because that's all 0, and I have pi over 400, and this ends up being 90 plus 2,000 plus, there's 5 zeros here, and that ends up giving me 22,090 pi over 400. Again, I don't need to reduce that, but I could cancel one of the zeros. And the units, because it's volume, would be inches cubed. Okay. And again, going back to dimensional analysis perspective on why that makes sense, if I go back up here, okay, this is my radius squared, which ends up giving me inches squared. And then I'm multiplying by dh, delta h, which is times inches. So I end up with inches cubed when I do inches squared times inches. All right, let's continue. Okay, so if I scroll back to the problem, it says for the last part C, the funnel contains liquid that is draining from the bottom. At the instant when the height of the liquid is 3 inches, the radius of the surface of the liquid is decreasing at a rate of 1/5 of an inch per second. At this instant, what is the rate of change of the height of the liquid with respect to time? So what are they asking? Well, basically, what is this? This is dr dt, and since it's decreasing, it's negative 1/5. It's not letting me write. Okay, and what are they asking for? They're asking for us to evaluate dh dt when h is equal to 3. Okay, so that's essentially what's happening. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down. Okay, so let's start with our radius equation. Well, what we have dr dt is equal to negative 1/5, and they want dh dt evaluated at h equals 3. Okay, that's what they want to know. Okay, so the radius is 1/20, 3 plus h squared. All right, so I need my related rates equation, and that compares the rate of the radius to the rate of the height. So that would be dr dt, and I take the derivative of this, and this is just a coefficient, and now I'm just going to take the derivative of this. So derivative of 3 is 0, derivative of h squared is 2h dh dt, remember, because you got to differentiate implicitly. And now I'm going to evaluate this and start plugging in. So I'm going to come over here, and I have dr dt, that's negative 1/5. And I have my 1/20th, and I have my 2 times h, and they want us to evaluate when the height is 3. And then we're solving for dh dt. So now that we plugged in chug, now I can just solve this. So I have negative 1/5 over here. I have 6 over 20, which I could reduce to 3/10. And now I'm just going to divide. And then when I divide by 6 over 20 on both sides, remember that when you divide two fractions, you have to keep change flip. So dh dt is equal to negative 1/5 times 20 over 6. And you can multiply straight across, and you would get negative 20 over 30. And it's dh dt, so the unit should be inches per second. And you could absolutely reduce that to negative 2/3 inches per second. That's it.